Alright, guys, I'm out.
Night.
Yep, easy.
So, we are the Story Speakers Guild, bringing you roleplay entertainment. How you doing tonight, Kyle and Torn?
It's alright, mate. It's alright. Ready to get going?
Almost the end of the week.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back, by the way, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
Indeed, Torn, you were missed.
You missed the tank, huh?
I can tank just fine. I made a few improvements.
My guard's higher than yours, Torn.
Anyway, for the sake of our lovely viewers and for our fellow friend here, you want to give people kind of a quick recap of what's been going on?
I will. Last time on Umbra Stalkers, we proceeded to enter Ursa's family home because great darkness emanated from it. Our priest attempted to exorcise the ghosts there, but just ended up making them mad. And they threw a chair on him.
That sounds like that.
It was great. I did like half of his health with that chair.
It was a good old-fashioned episode of WWE Phantom Edition.
Indeed. So, the players proceeded to go up the various staircases to the training room, where Ursa had been trained by her father, and there they found the undead corpse of her father. And he viciously told her about killing her mother and her brother.
Bet that went over well.
Swimmingly.
Indeed, it ended in us having to fight her father, who was a decently worthy adversary. Mostly because of bad rolls, but...
And we ganged up on the dead old man, so yeah, we're very proud of ourselves.
we are.
Sounds familiar.
Gotcha.
Was that old man a father of someone else that we know?
You bastard.
I mean, it was the father of Ursa.
Holy shit, we have a theme of patricide in our games.
We do.
What the fuck?
Will be known as the patricide games. Fathers dying all the time.
I don't like this.
Nice.
You're just mad because it started with your father.
Both of them.
And to be honest, it must have been a little cathartic.
I was super Batman.
I'm just saying, people pay a lot of money for therapy just to be told they want to kill their father.
Oh, God damn it.
I am your father.
Get out of here. It's your shenanigans. Alright.
Anyways, as her father's body fell, his spirit rose out, giving her an approving nod before vanishing. And that is where we left off. So, your father's dead, Ursa. The man who taught you everything you know. The man who, from birth, trained you in the ways of manipulating fire.
We need to bury him.
Am I there now?
Oh yeah, where is Torn? Probably not here yet, right?
Sire, what ninja abilities do you have at your disposal?
Can you go invisible?
Or run extraordinarily fast.
Um, well, I have my extraordinary. I have skill in movement and energy.
How much movement you got?
4.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Alright.
So, sire, you have been watching the bar. But we'll be returning pretty soon, so don't worry.
Not worried.
Okay. Back to the scene at hand.
I want to explore.
Man,
the
sire, you just gonna ditch me while we go kill my dad?
Damn.
Wow.
Wait,
Someone had to help Trav watch over the bar.
we need to bury him.
Corvus looks down at the corpse and looks back at Ursa. And he gives a slight nod, but then he says, "Well, I understand the need to take care of this. We haven't finished clearing the rest of the house."
I know, but after. I get that he was bad in the end, but he was my father.
I understand, Ursa. Truly, I do. Let's finish clearing the rest of the house, and then I will personally help you carry him.
Thank you.
Alright, Ursa, so I believe you're looking for a library up here.
Yeet.
I need you to roll for me a perception.
Okay.
Super Chipper.
Dude. Do-do-do-do. 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 Go ahead and talk and roleplay and stuff, guys, until she rolls.
I like how I'm getting the guided tour of the whole bar, including the basement.
Where they keep the unwelcome guests.
You missed it, sire. This is actually one of my cool buildings. It's 3-layered.
Where is the staircase here? Oh, I see it.
It's not my best staircase because I didn't have a good one.
It's okay. Corvus is kind of just looking about the room. Is it just him that was up here, or any other bodies?
Go ahead and perception that, Corvus.
Okay.
While you do that, Rose,
See?
you spot something written on the ground over here.
I'm going to go over it and read what it says.
I am not your father.
What a tweet.
The mailman's kid! Your mom's a whore.
So, Corvus, you don't find any bodies, but you do find 2 skeletal structures.
What is it? I'm sorry, you cut out.
2 skeletal structures. They aren't bodies, they're skeletons.
Okay. Were they like burned or something?
No, they were eaten. All the
Ow.
flesh from their bones.
Oh.
One is the size of a child. And if you make a logic roll for me, I'll tell you about the other one.
Okay. $30.
You can clearly tell by the frame that this was a female skeleton.
Real
Um,
sad boy hours.
as he's taking a look over them, he has a sudden realization. He starts he kind of takes a brief knee, and you just see him kind of go quiet for a moment. He's just staring at the skeleton.
So, Rose, do you go check out these words?
I am.
Alright, as you go over and you read them, they're written out in a hunter language your father taught you. Basically, it's code.
Can I decipher it? Like, am I fluent in it or still learning? Okay, what does it say?
It literally says for you, knowledge is pain. This is a lesson your father often would, or a proverb your father would often say to you. And as you're looking there seems to be some type of drainage system.
I know what you must do, but
Do I have to, like, cut myself and bleed into it? Should I roll for that? What do I roll?
Go ahead, do it. Roll. You don't need to roll anything. You basically, do you whip out your silver knife and cut yourself?
Yeah, Ursa pulls out her silver knife and makes a cut along her forearm, not enough that she'd like bleed out a lot, but a decent amount.
Papa Roach is playing in the background.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
Cut my life into pizza.
Okay. Serious
As she
moment.
does this, all kinds of bookcases begin emerging in this room.
Oh, Dad, you did always have the weirdest way of hiding things. You should see where he hid his snacks.
Just gonna take the utter piss out of this.
No, he hid his porn stash, but you have to release different kinds of bodily fluids and do it.
Oh no. Please tell me you're not saying this in character. Oh no.
No.
Oh, that's horrible. Okay. Noticing all the bookshelves starting to appear, I kind of am taken aback, and my focus snaps away from the skeleton. What happened? What's going on?
Just activated kind of deactivated the glamour Dad had on all the bookshelves and stuff.
Oh.
He was always kind of sneaky like that.
He was a wise man then.
Yeah, except for when he would eat all the cookies and put the empty box back in, but put glamour on it so it looked like it was full.
So he's still kind of lost of what to do, but you could see it in his body language. So what now? Do we take the books? Do we finish clearing the rest of the building? I mean, the dead downstairs, they might not have moved at first, but there's no telling what could happen.
I think that would be wise. We can come back for the bodies and the books after we make sure it's safe. But safety is the number one priority for everyone here.
Corvus nods. Well, after you then.
Alright. Ursa is going to move to walk back downstairs.
I'm not moving the building right now, just so you know. It will screw up the bookshelves.
Okay. So just for the sake of brevity, could we say that if we're clearing the building, can we just say if we notice anything or not? Any movement? Any zombies?
There are no zombies.
Okay.
What about the ghosts of my dead relatives that Cappy pissed off?
They are unfortunately still there because Cappy failed to exorcise them.
Alright, is there any of my sort of religion I can do to help them be at ease?
No, you are not a priestess. You're a hunter.
You're a hunter. You're a pyromancer, Harry. Wait, hang on. Anyway. So I'm standing behind Ursa at this point. Ursa, what's going on with your character at this moment?
She looks really, really upset. She looks like she's about to start sobbing, like her eyes are kind of watering. Her, lips are puffy, her nose is a bit runny, she does not look okay. But you can also tell she's trying really hard to keep her composure because she knows that there are things that need to be done, and she's been taught her whole life that the execution of the mission is first and foremost on the list of priorities.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I got you. It's just kind of wanted to paint the scene in my head so I knew how to react. So, Corvus is standing behind you, and you don't see it, but he reaches his hand out as if to try to comfort you, but his hand just hangs there for a moment, and he retracts it back. Let's go. Let's go help you bury your family.
Okay, then we'll have to try and figure out some way to put my other family members at rest, the ones who, yeah. But, yeah, we need to bury them.
While you do that, I'll start gathering the books, Everald says.
Okay, there are a lot of them. If you see any about a giant blue monster with a bunch of horns that is named Fluffy but doesn't like to respond to the name Fluffy, could you please get it? My dad never taught me anything about that.
Quick question: Is it 10 satisfactory to understand the brevity of the situation, and that it would probably not be wise to ask about taking some time to read the books?
Yes.
Okay, so I am not making a social faux pas. Good.
Indeed, you've spent enough time with Talawa in situations like this that a 10 suffices.
Okay. Corvus follows Ursa as she starts trying to gather the bodies, and where are you leading them, by the way?
I'm going to go for the kind of backyardish property a little bit out, so it's not immediately hey, here's my graveyard that I can view from my window.
Rose, your family has a crypt on grounds. It is traditional in your family to burn the bodies and keep them in urns in the crypt.
Alright, well, I guess then we're gonna burn the bodies and... Okay. Anyways, she's gonna, look at him trying to pull her composure back because she damn near cried when she was about to talk about Fluffy. But, well, my family's traditional to burn the bodies and bury them in our crypt. It's what my father would have wanted.
Of course. I will help you as much as I can.
Hey
Hey,
Kyle,
Kyle.
Yeah.
when she mentions that, you can make a learning check.
Okay.
Alright, Kyle. So, you have learned that among hunter families it is very common to burn the bodies because then they can't be reincarnated or not resurrected into undead beings.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I kind of gather that leaving them on what is essentially unholy ground at the moment is probably not the wisest thing. But yeah. Anyway, so I am helping Ursa carry the bodies towards the graveyard.
Alright. So, you guys arrive at the crypt.
With my dad, my mother, and brother. Is there any, like, special thing I need to do to open it?
Same deal as before. You've got to pick up a metal lump and form it into a key.
Alright, I'm going to roll to do that.
You successfully make the key.
She molds it the same way as she did before, then says cash money, and unlocks the giant ass door to the crypt, and walks in.
As we're walking into the graveyard, what are we seeing? Is it just like, is there any kind of notable structures or anything going on?
So, as you enter in, the first thing you notice is that it's warm in here, Corvus. You can feel it underneath your suit and whatnot. What's left of your flesh is sweating. The walls themselves are basically layer upon layer of little outlet holes with an urn in each one. And as you reach the center of the crypt, there is a spot in the middle of the room with a large table and various runes inscribed all over it. Rose, you know that the runes are meant to amplify flame to burn the body quickly.
Okay.
It requires a little bit of fire to get it started.
Ursa is going to instruct Corvus and help kind of guide him to set her father's body down in the middle of the thing. She's gonna take the metal armor off, any metal stuff he has, save for this one kind of familial necklace he had around his neck. Well, yeah, actually, she's gonna take that off and put it on herself. But, she's going to just leave him in his fancy silk outfit. And she's going to use the first move he ever taught her on how to shoot fire, which is basically just kind of a stance, good stance, nice little squat to it, and direct some red, actually, flame out of the tips of her fingers into the bottom right part of the table where it all kind of lights up in a circle that goes in a spiral until it starts burning him. And it's really hot, so Corvus, you might want to take a step back. This gets pretty hot and you're not immune to it.
Might nod and abide.
And indeed, it does get very hot. You can feel that sweat increasing, Corvus.
Swap pass!
Oh yeah. Corvus is just kind of taking the scene, and he's not saying much of anything.
After a few seconds, it goes out, and there's nothing but ashes left. Well, Rose's computer just did a thing, so... Anyways, you guys finish burning the remains and placing them in urns. You then proceed to head further into the crypt, where there are blank spots already made. And you fill each spot but one, the one meant for Ursa.
You can... I'm not sure what Ursa's doing at the moment, but you can see if she noticed that Corvus has taken his helm off, and as a sign of respect, he bows his head. There's a pained expression on his face. And then he puts his helmet back on. Whenever you are ready. If you need time, I will be here.
She's going to ask him for just 5 minutes so she can say goodbye, see your family.
Did you hear that, Kyle?
Yeah. Corvus nods and places his hands like behind his back, kind of like in a standing position, and he's just silently watching.
Alright. So, she finishes her memorials. Everald, with the help of Nicholas and Mac, finishes loading up all the books into the truck. And it is time to travel back. Corvus, are you ready to drive?
We didn't finish consecrating the rest of the town, though, did we?
You did not, but I don't have Nicholas here to do it, so...
Okay.
He didn't sound very good at it anyway.
Corvus with, like, there's definitely a weight to his step, but he walks up to the driver side door and whips it open and plants his ass onto the seat. He's just kind of staring at the wheel for a moment, and he goes to put the key into the ignition and turns it on, and he looks back, see if everyone's in.
Everyone is.
I take a moment to glance at Ursa.
She is silently sitting in the back, we will say.
I turn my head back towards the front and I start driving.
Alright then. So, same amount of time as last time, which I believe was a whole day, right?
Yep. I gotta make my roll. See if I don't fall asleep at the wheel then.
You do.
Okay, I don't.
That's good. Because you're also the only one who knows how to drive.
I know. Well, Smack does too.
But he's riding his motorcycle.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna leave that behind. Alright.
Alright, so we arrive back home.
Um, Still lacking a truck.
Shit's been busy.
I know. Trust me, I know. Alright, Corvus is gonna put his face on because he doesn't know who the hell's in the bar, so I'm gonna roll that real quick. Alright, I think that's good. Okay. So I put on the face of the grizzly barman. And I walk through the door. Who's at the bar? Any customers? Anyone recognizable?
Well, first off, your good old buddy George, who it should be pronounced Jorge, but he doesn't speak Spanish.
It's okay.
But indeed, George the junk dealer is here.
Does he say hello as I walk through the door?
He does not, because he doesn't recognize you.
Oh, right. I dropped the form. Good.
Ah, Mr. Corvus, how are you?
Bad tidings, but that's besides the point. And he shakes his head. It's a pleasure to see you, George. What brings you in today?
Oh, just stopping by on my travels, though I heard an interesting story from my brother.
Go on.
He said he was saved by a group of, Umbra Stalkers when he was captured by the Wraith King.
Oh yeah, I do recall encountering a fellow that seemed familiar to yourself.
Ah, I thought it was you. Well,
Um,
I'm so glad that, you provided my brother with such help that I'm willing to let you see my secret inventory.
I'd really appreciate that, but I've been on the road for a minute and I need some time to myself, George. Will you still be here tomorrow?
I'll be here the next 3 days. I'm scavenging around the area.
Yeah, I don't think business is good at the moment. Just, you know. Thank you though, George. If you do have just any scrap though, I'll be sure to buy that off of you for right now, if that's anything.
Of course, he opens up his bag.
Anything of note there?
Old typewriter, broken toaster, microwave.
Ooh. All right. Okay, George. How much for this?
One moment. Let me total it up. $50,000 coin.
I gotta ask, are we just carrying giant heaping sacks of like gold coins on our something?
Yes.
Who minted all this money? I
No
I
one,
toss them.
no one minted all the money. Coin is really more just a representation of items that have value.
Yeah.
So it could be bits of gold, bits of silver, jewels.
I got you. Okay. So it's more like a bartering system, but you're just kind of using it as a reference point. Gotcha. All right.
They do call it coin. They literally do call it coin, but they're referring to all these things when they say it.
Gotcha. I go into my pack and I throw him some coin. There's a little extra for you for the service.
Always a pleasure doing business with you.
3 days, you said, right? And he's like scratching the side of his head.
Yep. Hopefully I find something good. I heard some pretty good rumors about something hidden around here.
If you have the time to share later, then I will gladly take you up on it. At this point, he kind of waves his fingers, making a goodbye gesture, and he walks down towards his lab.
Alright.
Oh, wait. Do I notice Seer at all?
Sire?
Or
Yeah, you see
Sire.
Sire sitting there.
I've been observing the discussion.
Okay. I wave at him like briefly, and I still keep walking.
I acknowledge that he saw me. We're little ladies.
They're unpacking the vehicle. Maybe you can go give them a hand. Ursa might need the support.
I have muscles. I go support.
Alright.
You're a poet.
As you get there, Sire, we're unloading all kinds of books off the truck. And Ursa can tell you what she's doing.
Ursa is helping to unload them, and is there like space in our room to put these books, or is there like a general library around here, or?
These like firewood?
No!
We're not book burning, bro. Oh shit.
This is not Fahrenheit 451.
I help pick. Where do you want them?
The best place to store them right now would be where the distillery is. Cappy's supposed chapel.
Well-
The only space with the room really is in the brewery part that the priest was trying to turn into a sweet chapel.
So I pick up as many of the non-firewood books as possible to take wherever she says to go.
Goddamn.
You gotta wonder, because, you know, Oni are often deceptive magicians and whatnot, and then you got Sire, This is why he had to become a ninja. He got hit over the head a bunch.
God.
He's
You know that, like-
hazard.
You know that, like, what is it, that decoy jutsu or whatever the fuck it is, where they, like, drop the log?
Yeah.
He just messed up and kept dropping the log. It's kind of sad.
Or it's an act.
Oh. Oh.
Ho ho.
The plot thickens.
Indeed, it does.
I am capable of learning.
I'm gonna teach him necromancy. Speaking of which, Torin, have you spent any character points since you've started playing?
Probably not.
I have 5 unused ones. That's the feats, right?
Well, you also have attribute points every time you gain experience, Torin.
Oh, hey, I have a bunch of those too.
Torin, man, you should definitely take some time and upgrade your character.
Well, let him finish the scene and he can do that later.
Yep. So, we finished getting all the books downstairs. Players.
Well, I'm not there, but is Ursa or Sire saying anything
I
to each other?
stack them like they're firewood, but don't light them on fire.
Oh. So Sire sits there stacking books like firewood.
Just stack them like you would any normal book, sire. It's fine.
I continue to stack them like I've seen the
They are
book.
not to be burned.
Tell me how you want stacked.
Like you would stack any book.
He
Like boxes. Stack them like boxes.
Okay. And I proceed to expertly stack them in such a way that they don't even fall over.
Well, there you go.
Lego style.
Cash money.
So, all the books are here now, Rose.
Ursa is going to spend all her time obsessively reading and learning. She is going to avoid properly grieving by fully throwing herself into her training to the point where she's going to get like 4 hours of sleep, and I am really ragged.
Welcome to the club!
Whole party. Only ones who sleep are Talawa and Everald. And Everald sleeps at the wrong times.
Nicholas sleeps, and I think Sire does.
I do.
Mac passes out, so that's kind of you know.
That's what he's doing since he's not here. He's just passed out.
He ran out of magic coke and crashed without it.
He has achieved nirvana. He is no longer this flame.
He is one with the floor. But alright, Sire, what are you doing? Ursa is literally down in the basement and she's just reading and constantly reading.
Like, do you say anything to her, or you got anything you want to do?
I am going to ask her what she's looking at and I started the word books for.
I want to complete my training. There's no excuse I shouldn't be able to complete it, so I'm going to learn, and I'm going to be better, and I'm going to crucify the motherfucker who killed my entire family. And also learn about Fluffy.
What happened to your family? When did it happen to your family?
A little while back, the Wraith King attacked my house, turned my dad into a weird undead thing, and then he killed and ate my mother and brother, and also killed the rest of my family, and I'm the only one left out of the whole Azulan family that is still alive.
You were last of clan.
Yes.
Sire thinks gravely for a moment. I protect last of clan.
Thank you.
And he steps outside the door and sits by it.
One moment. Keep role playing though.
My sister is here.
What?
Laura came into the door, I think.
Say hi, Laura. Hi.
Thank you. Hello.
Hola.
Okay, so Urs is going to nod and thank him, and here you go. She's going to bury herself back into her book, see if she can find anything from the lore about Fluffy.
Roll a. What would be searching through books? I don't think it would be a perception.
That'd be a learning, wouldn't it?
It might be a learning now that I think about it. Yeah, no, it's learning. Recall facts about history, arcane magic, the natural world, and any information picked up from an external source. It's learning.
Gotcha. Not bad.
Indeed.
Cash money.
So first you learn that its name is Driz Doof As.
I think
Goddamn.
Fluffy fits more.
You also learn that he is a fire demon. An incredibly powerful one. That your great grandfather managed to enslave using special chains. Before this time, your family hunted through the use of tools, like any other family. But after they basically captured this demon using these special chains, they were able to tap into his life energy, allowing them to change their chi so that they could produce flames rather than normal chi effects.
Cool.
The source of your flames is that they are demon fire.
Cooler. Alright, does it say anything on how to control this bitch ass so he stops sassing me?
Alright. Roll another learning for me.
Alright.
Alright. So, it takes you a long time. Just a long time to find any information about it in this book. You can't find it really in the appendix or anything like that. It takes you probably about 2 days to finally find what you're looking for in this book.
Uh-huh.
And what you end up learning is that only the true master can enter his realm and see him. But a master who has not learned all of their lessons will never be able to keep him at bay.
Well, I'm gonna learn all my lessons then.
So she's been indisposed for she's being indisposed for 2 days. So let's cut back to where I was at.
That sounds good.
Okay. So I am walking down the pathway towards my lab, and he's just looking at the ground. He opens up the door and walks towards his work area.
Alright.
He plops his ass on a stool that he made, and he's looking at some of the unfinished work that he has. He goes to kind of pick around with it for a little bit, but can't really get any work done. He looks over at a bottle that he took from upstairs and uncorks it, pours himself a glass, and then takes a quick swig.
It's going down.
He doesn't care right now.
Down, down, and we're going around.
So at this point, he gets out of his seat and he goes over to the shelves that he has, and he moves some of the materials that he has behind one of the shelves, and he pulls out a box, and he goes to sit back down at the table, and he opens the box. At that moment,
Then he caresses the box.
yes. At that moment, there's a few tears that are going down his face as he pulls out some pictures. Just kind of looking at them.
Tell the viewers about your pictures, Kyle.
There's a few on the table right now, but there's a picture of his military detachment. He's standing next to a woman, and there are a few other members that are all lined up. There is one of them has like part of the picture is like scorched out, like someone like died out a cigar in it. He looks at that for a moment and he tosses it to the side. Takes another swig of the drink and pulls up a picture. It's a picture of him when he was younger. He's standing next to a woman. She's got short red hair and there's a streak of blue in it. She's wearing a summer dress. Both their faces look like they're happy. At this point, he sets the picture down and puts his hands in his head. or his head in his hands, sorry. And,
I'd like it better when you put your hands in your head.
yep, well, I could do that.
And in the background, My Immortal by Evanescence plays.
Totally. And just cuts out. So what's going on with other people?
Indeed, sire. What do you do for 2 days? Or Talawa, whoever wants to answer me.
Other than basic needs, I guard the door.
Understood. Talawa, what do you do the 2 days of being home?
So we're back at the base, right?
Indeed.
Okay. I would probably try to convince Bob to teach me how to ride the motorcycle.
He
Or what?
I've
Sorry.
seen Mac just straight up is passed out on the floor.
Okay, so don't do that then. I would probably spend a fair amount of time like practicing shooting. And then probably spending some time hanging out with Everald with whatever he's doing.
Quick question. Are you shooting your crossbow or are you shooting the gun?
Hello.
Oh, hey. We needed you a few minutes ago, but it's okay now.
Yeah.
It's the first chance I've had to get down here.
It's okay. I still love you. Shush.
Just to get home from work, I do this, do that.
Bro.
Oh.
Kool-Aid. Go ahead.
I would be practicing shooting with my guns.
You know that there is a shooting range downstairs in the basement that I actually set up for specifically for you. So you're going to head downstairs?
Sure, yeah. As long as you would have told me about that, then yes.
Yeah, I mean, I said I would train you.
Yeah, but we did say last game that we could just assume that you trained me, so this is more just how, I'd probably spend more time practicing since, it's still fairly new.
I know, but if that's the case, then you would have known about the shooting range.
Good point, yes. So, yeah, I'll go downstairs to the shooting range.
Okay. So you're at the door.
So, is it not just open for me to, I live here. Can't I just go in?
She is authorized personnel, last time I heard.
Right. However, I can turn that off too. So you notice that the door doesn't automatically just open up when you're there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start wailing on it. Let me in!
There's a speaker on. Yeah, there's a speaker right next to you. Just hit the button.
I don't think she would know about that, to be honest. Like, she's probably not encountered that kind of technology, so she's probably gonna keep banging on the door.
Okay. Do I notice a banging?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I drunkenly get my ass out of my seat and I put my box underneath the table and I go walk over and I open the door. You see a disheveled Corvus in a tank top and some pants, which is like uncommon for you to see. And he's kind of giving you a once over. Oh, Talawa. Hi.
Are you drunk? Like, what? What is this? Are you having fun? Are you sure you're allowed to do that?
Not. Oh, hold up. Too loud.
Black Veil Bride starts playing.
No, I'm not really having fun. Just kind of lost in my own head. Do you need something?
Well, I showed up at just the right time then, because who else are you gonna have fun with besides me? And I'm the best one to cheer you up. I do need something. I want to practice shooting my gun more. I think I like this.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so looking forward to the ringing in my ears.
Great! She starts pushing, like, kind of past you to, like, get through the door and walk in.
Corvus walks back to his table and starts looking for some earplugs.
Oh, come on! You're not gonna be able to have any fun like that. Why don't you come join me for shooting? It'll be really fun. Just make sure that you're not pointing at me, because you're a little drunk right now, and I don't exactly trust your aim. But, you know, as long as you keep pointing the gun the opposite way, we should be good.
Yeah, but you do realize that we're an underground shooting range. You're gonna need these, and he hands you a pair.
Fine, if I have to.
I go saunter my ass behind her.
His ass is sauntered behind you.
And I'm, like, as I'm going along, I'm kind of, like, dancing, bopping around, like, oh yeah, gonna do some shooting, gonna have some fun, gonna get Corvus excited! Woo! Come on, Corvus! Let's hear it! Come on, join me!
He's kind of looking at you for a second. Hold up. I gotta make my roll. God damn it.
He did some of Bob's coke.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't realize that she's trying to cheer me up, so I'm just kind of blankly staring at her. And I keep walking behind her.
Can I, like, kind of, like, grab onto his wrist? Like, not, like, hard, but, you know, and then, like, as I'm, like, kind of dancing, moving around, like, I'm kind of, like, shh, hush, hush, wiggling, you know, moving, hush! Moving his hand around with me and, like, basically trying to almost force him to, like, dance, not, like, you know, a slow dance together or anything, but just goofy dancing overall.
Roll your might.
You gotta remember, I don't pick up on social cues very well.
Oh, I know. It's just, like, honestly, she's not.
Holy shit.
Okay, well.
So she's
No, you are not dancing.
She's just whipping Corvus around, fucking.
Should I make some kind of
roll 61?
Should I make some kind of like constitution throw or something to not vomit?
I only saw his roll pop up and I thought it was mine, so that's why I was like, oh, I didn't make him. Man, I am not even like. Wait, I rolled agility instead of might. That's my bad.
Although at 36, it'd still be there.
Yeah, so it's up to you if you want me to re-roll it or if we just take the D. I mean, the D20 value alone is enough.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yep.
Hell okay. Yeah! I got him dancing. He's even getting a little happy with me.
Do I have to make a roll to figure out if I'm vomiting or not?
I thought you were going to ask if you needed to make a roll on whether you had to be happy or not. I was like, damn it, go to your emo corner.
Sure, roll your fortitude.
I chuck shit like it's a fucking fire hose.
Indeed, he's just throwing up all over the place.
Damn.
And I am dancing in circles around him while he's throwing up, not a speck of it hitting me.
He dances around your vomit like she's doing the hat dance.
What are you? Leave me alone. I shakily get my ass back up. It's just kind of like fucking. I'm giving her like a glossy stare, and it's like it's all over the damn place. Just get. I'm going. Just fuck it. Go have fun. And then he goes walking towards his room.
I will, because unlike you, I don't just sink into my thoughts and let it get me down. So I will go have fun, and you can keep vomiting. It's probably because you're so stuck in your thoughts that you're making yourself sick.
As she says, I like whip my head on. The fuck do you know?
Well, one of us is puking and drunk and sad, and one of us is finding a way to, like, have a good time. So I think I know something.
He flicks you off and like fucking stumbles towards his room still.
She sticks out her tongue as you after you do that.
So I guess you're just at the shooting range by yourself now.
Yeah, I mean, she isn't gonna stop just because you decided not to join her. She was just trying to pull you out of your shit, so.
Yeah, I know.
So she shoots. Now that I'm really interested in this now, Rildon, tell us about this, because this sounds like a crisis of faith.
It is. There's all this preludes to cleanse and things like that, which is the impression he went into the exorcism. He's failed so much that he's pretty much lost confidence in himself. His faith is shaken, and he doesn't feel worthy of the robes anymore. So he's taking them off for now until he feels he's worthy or until something happens. At the moment, he isn't sure.
Oh.
Alright then. So, unless anyone has anything important to do, a week is going to pass.
A week?
Yes.
What about George coming back in 3 days? Because I said I would meet with him again.
Yep, so 3 days, George is there, each of those nights.
Okay. So, at this point, I'm sober. And, I go walk back upstairs expecting to see George relatively soon. So I go grab something small to work on while I'm waiting.
Alright. So George comes in for his nightly visit.
George. You said you had something for me when we last spoke. And he's like rubbing the side of his temples as he's like sitting at the table.
My special wares. Yeah, I said I'd offer them to you and your crew.
Yeah. What do you got, George? Hit me.
Alright, George opens up another bag. Inside of this bag, you notice George has weapons and other various pieces of gear.
Corvus is definitely intrigued. So what am I looking at?
You're looking into my personal armory. Here's where I keep the best items for defense, and I only let the best of customers have a chance to look in here and make purchases. For saving my brother, I'm willing to let you be one of those customers.
Corvus gives George a nod. So, can you give me a brief overview of your stock then?
Alright, he starts taking things out. So George has a variety of just odds and end weaponry and whatnot that he's obviously found through salvaging. Various guns, grenades, swords. Make a perception.
Am I the only one who's up here talking to him?
Is anyone else in the bar while George comes in the evening? Anyone having dinner?
Yeah, I'd
I
be
was
in there
enough
eating
for
dinner. Getting some
Where's
food.
the little one? She's still closeted in her room?
She's still probably in the brewery
Yes,
reading
she
a book.
is. She's still reading and being mopey.
I make sure you want food.
Yeah.
I bring food. I go upstairs to get food.
Okay. So you see me and George sitting at a table, and he's got a whole bunch of like weapons laying about.
At first glance, did any of them look like anything I could use?
Roll a perception.
Also, Nicholas may or may not be a little intoxicated while he's eating.
We're all problem drinkers.
It's a problem with this party, but the first step's admitting it, so we're not gonna do that. Alright. What just appeared in all kinds of... Yeah,
Detects. Yeah. Sorry, that's a detection. I'm just casting it, seeing if anything's getting off a particular aura.
Indeed, there are some items giving off particular auras. None of the guns, but some of the older weapons he has.
I rolled a 20.
Alright, so Sire, you see... what's something interesting? Sire, you see a set of size.
Ooh.
Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
The size that you see Sire looking at have a glow around them.
Okay.
What are they made of?
Roll a learning.
You're a good boy.
They are made of... what's an interesting made-up match? I know. They are actually made from demon bone.
Not my relatives, though, right?
No.
Ooh. I look to Jorge. Where you find these?
Those, my friend? I found those in the hill, or what's a hilly area, guys? What state has a lot of hills?
South Dakota.
There you go.
I found these in the hills of old South Dakota.
All right. Where are we at right now?
Louisiana.
We're in New Orleans. Yeah, Louisiana.
Oh, you travel far.
I do, that's why I'm not always here. But you guys are so welcoming. I consider this place my home whenever I'm in Louisiana.
Corvus gives him a nod. You're always welcome, George.
Good blades. I want to buy. How?
Ah. Well, I will give you a price on them.
Leg.
Oh man, we only defined up to wealth level 4.
It's okay. Just say you need to bring him a plate of gold.
No, he wants, for this item, I will say, 500,000 coin, which is equivalent to wealth level 5.
So how does that work mechanic-wise? If I'm a wealth level 6,
You can make the purchase without it impacting you.
okay.
It's like literally anything above your current wealth level is a drop in the bucket.
Well, apparently I'm a very good collector of shiny rocks.
Also, Torin, this is a handout you have access to.
And just to clarify, when we're talking about coin, he's talking about stuff that is worth the same in value to that. So like, it's not like you're exactly carrying 500,000 pieces of actual like coin on you.
Right.
You're carrying something of equivalent value.
Okay. So I dump my packs out to give him that equivalent in wealth.
Alright. Pleasure doing business with you, big man.
Thank you.
What else is getting off an ore on the table?
Alright. There is a sword and shield. They're like together, they're giving off an aura.
Okay.
There is what looks like pieces of weapons, like blades to things and axe heads that seem to be giving off auras.
Okay. Could I make a logic or a learning to determine the exact properties of these things?
You try. It would
Okay.
probably be a learning.
Okay. Nope. I just know that.
You start trying to basically look through at their properties and whatnot to see if you can figure anything out. But you just can't seem to comprehend it. But then the sword starts taking over. And it starts flooding you with all kinds of data. And it's giving you data on all these items, but it's coming in so fast, and you were so unprepared for it that you're having trouble comprehending all of it.
So, whoa. George, what can you? Oh, hang on, that's a head rush. What can you tell me about these shards here?
Which ones are you pointing to?
I'm just pointing towards um, specifically any large chunks of metal, so axe heads or daggers, anything like that.
All right. So he points to the one axe head. I'm not exactly sure, but when I found it, it was embedded in stone. Just like a clean cut into it, too.
Hmm.
But when I tried pulling it out, the handle itself broke.
Hmm.
But there remained the axe head, untarnished, unrusted.
I'd really like some time to actually conduct a proper analysis of this, but it does pique my interest, if only because of its properties that you've discussed so far. Let's set this one aside.
He sets the axe head aside for you.
I'm pretty interested in the sword and the shield, though.
Ah. Yes, now that is a very interesting item.
Well, tell me what you know.
Well, first off, it doesn't work unless you have both. You need to be holding both to get the effect.
Okay.
But it works like a conduit, kind of like through your body, channeling electricity in the blade and in the shield.
I look over at Sire. Perhaps you should ask Ursa if she'd be interested in this.
What is this?
It's the sword and the shield that the George was telling us about.
I go see, but she not coming out. She's reading books.
Well, it's good to learn, but just tell her that it pertains to something that might be of interest to her.
Okay. So I go down to where Ursa is at and quietly see if she's awake or not.
She's awake. She's just studying.
Little one. Ran upstairs, say something you might like. Sword.
What, sword?
Yes.
I suppose I'll check it out.
Okay. I have these from same man. And I show her the demon bone size that I got.
Ooh.
Better protect you with. And I look
Thank
all
you.
self-important now.
So do you
So
go
you-
upstairs, Rhythm Rose?
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and check out what they want.
Corvus gives you a light wave as you go through.
I posture myself like I was a bodyguard.
Yeah, he's my giant demonic bouncer.
So, Ursa, Our friend George here has something that might be of interest to you. It's a sword and shield that has properties that very much are unlike your own.
Like what?
George, if you'd be so kind as to explain to her.
When holding this sword and shield together, you work as a conduit that allows electricity to flow through the blade and the shield.
Wouldn't that ruin the blade?
Oh, I'm afraid not, milady. It is of a magical property, I believe. Though I don't know much, I'm just a junk gatherer.
Okay, could I try it out maybe? I don't know, I'm not too sure about it. That's not my usual fighting style.
Why, of course. He, hands it over to you.
She's going to test out a small current. Nothing too big or fancy.
Well, as you draw the sword and shield, you feel the jolt start flowing through your body. And the blade electrifies, and the shield itself electrifies, and you can hear the hum.
She's gonna try slashing it experimentally, but of course so that it wouldn't point at anybody.
Maybe
Strike anybody.
I look over her. She's like going to start swinging, and I quickly say, maybe outside, Ursa.
Oh.
If she heads to the door, I beat her there to make sure it's safe.
So beat her there.
I open the door and step through cautiously.
Alright, Ursa, so you swing it?
Yes, I swing.
Alright. As you swing the sword, you hear the boom! Like crackling, thunder. And you guys literally see there is like a burn left in the grass up to 10 feet in front of her. From the electricity just basically going through and burning all the grass.
Oh shit.
Okay, she got my attention. I barrel roll away from her and get up prepared to fight whatever just made the lightning.
That was me, sire. It's alright. Well,
But you make sparks come from hands. Not come from hands.
I can make it come through this sword too, apparently.
Ooh.
Alright, let's go back inside.
I'd probably stand up
Motion
and
for her to go inside.
They're only okay. I cracked the boom out there.
You've been rather quiet, priest. But no, it's nice. Well.
Hey,
Ursa.
Kyle,
Yeah.
roll a perception as you're looking at him.
Okay. Alrighty. I keep forgetting that my item to do that is down here. It's a 14.
Well, you notice first that he's not wearing his robes. That's the first thing you notice. It takes you a little longer, but eventually you notice that he doesn't have his cross on either.
Oh. I kind of give him a look over. Yeah, Ursa was just testing a weapon that George provided us. And he's giving you kind of like a confused look as he's saying this.
Something wrong, Corvus. You're looking at me mighty funny.
I'm unused to the attire that you've donned.
Well, I don't feel worthy of the robes I once wore.
He kind of he takes a step back for a moment. Huh. A crisis of faith?
I cannot do what I was trained to do. I don't. You've seen it. I can't exercise anything. I can't exercise anything.
I train you. I pull out the ninja star that is Trav's character. I'll show you how to throw this.
I appreciate it, but no thanks. I need time, I guess.
Understandable, given the events of things, but that's besides the point. Then he looks back over at Ursa. So, do you want to purchase this? Ursa?
What did you say?
I asked if you were going to purchase it.
Yes. Yes, I think it would be
Please.
interesting.
Okay. George, you heard the little lady.
Alright. That'll be the same, or that'll be 600,000 coin.
Drops all the fucking jewelry and shit.
Do you have equivalent to wealth level 5, Rose?
I don't think so. Let me check.
I gave you guys a pretty big wealth level increase last time.
She is a newer character, though. Oh, wait, if that's the case, then Sire wouldn't have been able to afford it.
My wealth level is 6.
Okay.
See? So I'm pretty sure she should be at least wealth level 6.
Your wealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
So she can indeed afford it.
Okay.
Okay. Who's the most logical person here? Talawa?
Where is Talawa during dinner time?
I mean, I guess I'd probably be here if this is like the general eating area.
She got too focused on wasting bullets downstairs.
She's still dancing.
But I thought this was a little bit after that.
That's true.
Yeah. Like it isn't the same day.
No, it wasn't.
Do you think it would be a prudent purchase?
Talawa.
I don't know. It's a lot of money.
She makes sparks come out of blade.
Yeah, but you can just make sparks out of nothing.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah, this is interesting, but I'm not sure I really want to spend that much, so I'm gonna have to say no for this.
It could act as a conduit for your powers that you already have. And if that's the case, it might get you closer towards your goal.
Hey Cappy, you notice it's a sword shield that she has there.
A sword shield?
Well, a sword and a shield together.
My character wields a sword and shield. It could be interesting for him.
I mean, but doing my powers on my own might also increase my skill as as a fire manipulator. So then I can reach my goal that way too.
Corvus shrugs. I just figured it.
That remind me. I pull out a fire gem and show to Jorge. How do I put this on weapon?
I give Sire a look.
Fuck is Jorge?
I know he said Jorge, but I felt personally offended when he just asked him instead of me.
Well, they're having their whatever conversation. I'm gonna kind of walk up and examine the sword and shield.
I'm gonna turn towards Ursa, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it is pretty cool, but I don't know if it's worth that much to you at this point. You know, it's kind of a nice to have, but not a must have. Are you sure that's really the price that you're asking for this? It seems a little much. Somebody with her abilities only needs this so much.
Why are you offended?
He passed me a note.
Well, I didn't say that out loud, but I just gave you a quick look. You do realize that I am something of a weaponsmith, right?
You say nothing when I pick up fire gem.
I did, but and he's like, in the pursuit of fairness, and he makes air quotes, I only took the electric one. You didn't ask me about doing anything with it.
I don't know that you can do stuff like that. I almost can do it. Get sticky tar and put it on weapon.
Corvus' facepalm.
George says, I'm afraid that is the price. It is a very valuable item in not dying in the wasteland.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is valuable. I'm not disagreeing with that. My point is just, uh, you know, it's got to be driven by demand, right? So, this is going to be mostly helpful for people with abilities like what she's got. And I'm just saying, if you've already got abilities like that, you've already got a pretty good chance of surviving out, out among the wastelands. So, therefore, the demand does not quite equal the price that you're asking. It implies that it's more necessary to somebody with those abilities. And to be honest, if they don't have that ability, then they're probably not going to pay that kind of price because it's not going to be useful to them. So you certainly don't have some sort of extra value from some other, market that you're trying to get at.
Seeing as I'm currently
You realize other people could.
Only if they have electric to send through it. Oh. Well, whatever, continue, because it's just blank.
You'd be wrong about that. Because once again, I can channel electricity through it. Your friend there who's looking at it could do it.
Could I now? Now you have my interest, my friend.
He doesn't need it. Don't worry about him. I mean, sure, other people are going to be able to do it, but are they going to be able to do it like my girl Ursa? I don't think so. You
I just
really
gonna
want
shoot till I want to look.
You really want to play to your best advantage here. So really you've got to price your goods according to your target demographic. And I mean that's my girl Ursa here. And I'm just saying I'm not sure that it's I'm sure it seems extremely valuable to you and it definitely is valuable, but I just don't know if it's necessarily as valuable to your target demographic as you're thinking.
Talawa has been spending a lot of time apparently looking at marketing strategies.
Roll a persuasion.
She's honestly just trying to like talk through this, especially since she didn't really pay attention. Like anybody can use it, so she's trying to just come up with whatever sounds reasonable.
Bullshit artist, gotcha.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
And he's got Nicholas' attention the minute he said that Nicholas can do it as well. He went, ding! What? Okay.
Holy shit. What is with you in the
Are
20s?
you actually going to say anything? I need to know now.
That's great.
Oh, I'll say something. I'm interested in purchasing it for myself. If I can tell, I guess they do it as well.
Happy. You have your own thing. Just because you suck at yours doesn't mean you have to infringe on mine.
Listen, child,
He's
I've had about enough of your insolence.
Wait, somebody threatening the little one?
Oh, fuck.
You will not threaten her. Sire steps forward protectively. Me stomp you into the ground, wannabe.
I'm not gonna hit her, I'll just yell at her. Happy?
No.
No
Why
yell
would
at her
anybody be
either.
happy with that? That's a stupid question.
I'm not in the mood, okay? And I'm getting tired of her attitude, the way she talks. She respects nobody, and none of you are doing anything about it. You're letting her get away with it. For the life of me, I can't figure out why.
The
I respect Mac.
The girl just. She just lost someone. She's just. Is this really the time?
There's no excuse for disrespect.
So would I, out of character, would I have pieced together what happened over the course of this week while I was gone?
She told you.
All right. So I look at the little wannabe friar. You fail her. She lost her clan. I protect.
You know nothing about failure. Don't even begin to tell
You're
me
right.
you
I
know
only
failure.
succeed.
I was born by it. Molded in it.
Well, as they're sitting there fighting, George looks over at Talawa. I guess I could let you have it as 300,000 coin.
I mean, what do you think, Ursa? I think that man's cutting us a good deal.
Yeah, I think it's a good deal.
Let's throw in a little extra, just because he's very kind to work with, isn't he, Ursa?
Yeah.
Try this man.
Alright. So, they're about to make the deal, Cappy. Are you going to say anything?
Yeah, I'll speak up. I was interested in the weapon myself. Do I have a say in this, or am I being like totally shut out?
Money talks, brother.
First come, first serve.
Adam bought it.
And if I offer to pay the original price?
Cappy, roll a persuasion with advantage 5.
It's gonna shit the bed. Just I love you, Cappy, but yeah, he's shit the bed.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
But it doesn't beat Laura's 40, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
That she got without advantage.
It helps to be good at things.
Well, I'm afraid the deal is done.
Thank you.
Kind of have to destroy his place with that sword.
You can pry it from my cold, dead hands.
I don't kill children.
Here, you take care.
Just
You know how to
molest
use.
them.
And scream at them.
When it's necessary, yes, I'll scream at him. She's being very disrespectful, and none of you are even trying to discipline her or do anything. And yes, I understand she lost her family. That's no reason this will be very disrespectful, especially if you tried to help her.
Sire offers Wilden a chair. Here, you know how to use this, yes?
Okay.
Sire,
But how can you sit here
Back
calling me a
off.
child when your voice is cracking?
you have no idea what I've been through, what I'm going through. None of you do. None of you would even understand.
And you refuse to understand what she's going through, how she's dealing with it. You constantly disrespect our disbelief in the whatever it is you think you believe, and have constantly preached at us about it.
And no believe no more, see? No wear stuff.
Whatever. I just walk out of the room. Clearly irritated and just done with the whole situation.
Corvish
Where do
just
you
kind
go, Cappy?
Sire looks confused, and he looks to the ladies. Why him mad? He took off stuff of his belief.
Corvish shrugs his shoulders. This is really not. I don't know. This is really not the time for this. I feel. Anyway, George. I'd be willing to buy anything that you have that has a that is emanate. I'm actually gonna walk up and like divide the stuff that's actually still magical. I'll buy anything from this pile that you don't currently understand the properties of.
Alright, that's gonna be a decent amount of money, you know that, right?
How about this? I'll give you whatever. Okay, so first hit me with your price.
For all my stuff that I don't know about? $1,500,000 coin?
So how much would that be? Out of character?
We will say that is a wealth level of 8.
Fuck me. Okay. So I'm looking back down at the pile. Out of the pile that he has there, how much of it is unidentified?
Out of the pile he has unidentified, we'll say there is about 10 items.
10 items? And what are they? So I know the axe head. Are they all just like kind of melee weapons?
For the most part, there are also some arrowheads and things like that.
Okay. I'm gonna take the largest looking chunks of metal. Alright. Okay, so Corvus puts his hand down again and splits up another like half of it, so there's only 5 items. All right, how much for this?
You said you take half of them?
Yeah, so there's 5 items.
He looks at you and he says, 800,000 coin.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Tell you what. Let's bring that down to 600,000, and I will personally allow you to distribute my arms. And I'm going to actually pull out one of the pistols that I made, and I put it down on the. I can mass produce these. If you're interested, cut me a deal for 600,000, and whenever you come in, I'll sell you a few of my arms.
Roll persuasion with advantage 5.
We had better luck than they did.
You got to roll the 19. It's the other stuff that didn't do so good.
Alright. That could even bring some more business around. Get this place a little more poppin', knowing that someone around here is making arms.
Yeah, I was actually going to get moving on that in my spare time.
I'll spread that word for you.
Alright, sounds good to me.
So Sire just figured out what Corvus was referring. Oh, you make weapons.
And I like slowly turn my head. Yes, I make weapons. I make lots of weapons.
So you make gem onto sword?
It would be but a trifle.
Ooh.
And then I return my attention back to George. So, if it is a deal, I put out my hand. Um. Okay. I go gather. The materials that
You gather the other what?
the materials that I bought.
Oh, alright. George goes back to eating. So, Capalicious Bodicious.
Yes'm.
You're in your room.
He isn't going back to his room. He's still fuming and furious.
Alright. As you go and you sit down on your bed and look over, you see someone standing in your room.
I stand up and kind of go for my sword. Who the hell are you?
Still your blade and be calm.
Easy for you to say.
Lest you inquire my wrath.
I'll take my hand off my blade, but I'm not sitting down. Who are you? Why are you in my room?
I am here to deliver something onto you.
Deliver what?
Your faith is shaken, and you have displeased your Lord, your God. I am an angel of the Lord, here to bestow upon you his curse.
Oh shit!
I think I'm already cursed enough. I can't even do what I was trained to do.
See, this is why you don't give your soul onto some deity that you truly don't understand.
The oath of the exorcists is sacred, and the rules are quite clear on what happens to those who abandon that role.
I think the role
He reaches
abandoned
out
me.
towards your face. He grabs your face, and his thumbs go over your eyes, and a burning sensation begins pulsing through them.
Ah!
Can we hear that?
You guys do hear him screaming.
Okay, I unbarred the door.
Screaming like a motherfucker.
I'm gonna go in and try to see if he's okay and shit.
Alright. As you guys go into the room, you see him there on his knees, howling in pain like something's doing something to him, but you don't see anything. But you do see the rivers of blood flowing from his eyes.
Your magic! I take a serious look around the room to see if I see anything.
You do not.
Nicholas!
I want to
I'm not paying attention to anybody right now. I'm in too much pain screaming.
I want to try to go up and heal him. I'm gonna raise my hands. Where's the most blood?
It's flowing from his eyes.
His eyes, right? Okay. So I guess I'll place my hands on his cheeks and start murmuring some words.
Actually, would Talala be able to see the apparition?
That is a good point. She can't see it. Just like she doesn't always see the ghosts either. Talawa, you feel something different when you enter this room, though. It's not like any ghost you've ever felt. This feels powerful, radiant, mighty.
So I'm uncomfortable in this room then.
You are incredibly uncomfortable in this room. Every bit of your demon blood is making you want to leave.
Oh, I don't even think about it. I leave unless little one is still in here.
Do you stay in here, Rose? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in here.
Rose, as you are in this room, you actually can feel yourself losing grip with your connection to your flames and to your lightning.
Oh, fuck no, I'm getting out of here.
Yay, I just follow her.
Shit.
I am just watching from the hallway. I still have my detection up.
This shit got
We're
deeper than I
moral
expected.
support.
That'll work.
I look at Corbus. Something not right in that room.
I get it, considering the fountains of blood pouring from his eyes.
No.
Detection is picking up large amounts of energy.
Oh, lovely.
Not something real bad in that room. Make me hurt.
Talawa, tell me about your heal.
After she murmurs for 15-20 seconds, her hands start to kind of a soft white glow to them, and she stops the flow of blood. And I also want to try to pull him out of the room.
As you try pulling him out, he won't budge.
Can I pull harder? Or knock him down?
Might.
She gonna get another nat 20.
She might.
Fucking.
I'm watching from the door. What happens?
Not quite, but not bad.
Alright, you pull him from the room. Cappy, you hear as
Let-
you're being pulled from the room. I have delivered all the curses upon you. Should you survive them and pass their trials, you may one day find power in your Lord again. Until then, your punishment has been laid upon you. May you learn. Cappy, you are blind.
I kind of figured.
Is his eyes still there or are they gone?
They actually are still there. Talala with her heel was able to restore the eyes. But there's no color to them anymore. They're completely white.
Whoa, creepy.
I'm afraid I didn't heal you all the way. I'm sorry. Not very good yet.
You couldn't have. This was a curse bestowed upon me by an angel.
Corvus is definitely like in your personal space looking at you. But you can't see
That
it.
explain.
An angel? I think I felt something. It wasn't like other ghosts, but I thought it was maybe a ghost.
No.
Thing in room, when I first come here and this little man make me uncomfortable, thing in room made me hurt.
He said, I am punished for losing my faith.
As you're talking, you feel a pair of cold hands like start like grabbing on your head, and they're trying to open your eye sockets.
That's why I slapped him away. Get off me! What are you doing?
Hang on, this is important. Let me examine you, please.
All right, just be careful. I can't see a thing anymore.
So what are you examining for?
I'm trying to see exactly what the hell just happened to him. So I'm looking at his face. I noticed that he's blind, but is there anything about like what's going on that would like strike me as interesting? Outside of the fact that there was apparently just an angel.
So what strikes you as interesting about this is Cappy just has eyeballs. He doesn't have pupils anymore to take in light to see.
The fuck?
Well, here goes my fighting days.
No, we teach you how to fight without eyes.
Oh, that's quite easily fixed. But I am more interested in the phenomenon itself. You said an angel spoke to you?
He didn't just speak to me. He's the one who blinded me. He cursed me. Until I pass my trials, I will remain like this. And no, before you ask, I do not know what my trials are. He did not say.
That's not what I'm interested in. He's like he's just absolutely dumbfounded with what he's looking at. I mean,
Yeah, his science can't explain this shit.
there's an explanation for everything. Just needs to finagle his way around it.
I'm proceeding to nail his door shut, though.
So Sire is nailing the door shut to Cappy's room.
After everyone's out of it, yep.
I imagine I'm hearing the pound. I kind of look around. What's going on? What's that pounding?
I look back. I think Sire is making some defensive arrangements.
Corvus,
What
you
kind?
notice that large energy is gone now.
Okay. Do I feel any latent energy coming from his eyes or anything like that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much.
I'd really like some time to examine your condition, but what the? Oh, okay. He's tapping the side of his helmet as he's just looking at Roldan. Or sorry, Nicholas.
Some things just cannot be explained.
There's an explanation for everything, but So did you? So why did this happen again? Some kind of contract?
It happened a few moments ago. After I went in my room, it appeared and grabbed my head, and next thing I know, searing pain.
And why do you worship this creature?
My faith in the Lord was shaken. This was my punishment, I guess.
This smells of pettiness unbeknownst to man, but okay.
You know, when I became an exorcist, there were certain rules. My shaken faith violated some of those rules. This was my punishment for the violation.
Corvus is just kind of like absolutely lost with what to do probably for like maybe the third time in his life.
Indeed. But it is time to call, guys.
Alright.
So we will call it here.
Oh, the hell of a twist.
Indeed. So, for those of you who can't gain experience, gain 3 legend points. For those of you who can gain experience, gain 1 experience point.
Yeet.
Legend points basically give you advantage, right?
Yep.
Or is it? Okay.
And +1 to the roll.
How many more points till I hit 10? Because I'm at 9 now.
The sheet will tell you, but you need 27 experience to
Oh, I need one more then.
hit level 10.
Oh, I need one more then. Cool.
But alright, we are the Story Speakers Guild, bringing you roleplay entertainment like this. Join us on Saturday for Casual Saturday D&D, where we will continue to unravel the mysteries of what is happening in Grey Dog Guard and all around the realm of Imprimo Magia.
Do crack. Drop out of school.
We do not endorse her messages. We only find them hilarious.
Indeed.
Good night.
We love you.
Peace.